My guest for this episode is Mr. Jojo Conde, President and CEO of PESIN, Power Equipment and Supplies Incorporated. It's good to see you here in
good to see you
Cebu.
again.
Yeah, so we talk about a wide range of topics,
Yes.
electrification, EVAP, the different industries during his career. So we hope you take something from our conversation.
Looking forward to our conversation. I'm pretty excited that I'm here with you, Michael. We've met in the last EVAP, and you
Yes.
invited me, so I'm here.
Yeah, it's good to see you in Cebu,
Yeah.
and I hope you try the different food, lechon.
Sige. After this, we'll go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yes, Jojo. We
Yeah.
call you Jojo. Or
Yes,
Tito.
Mike. It's
Yeah.
been a long time
Yes.
since we've seen each other.
We
Kailan
met
yun?
Last year.
Okay.
In Manila.
In Manila,
sa
We were
SMX,
together.
or it was for a convention.
That's
for
right. That's
electrification.
right. So EVAP,
Yes.
yung EVAP, and we were together in the Blue Switch.
Yes, for Nissan.
For Nissan, yeah. Oo. So, yeah, and I was amazed to meet a very young guy who's into the industry and one of the biggest in the Philippines.
I was the one representing for our Nissan dealer group,
Yeah.
Nissan Gateway that time, since we're the pioneer EV dealer group. So we're paving the way for electrification also, because we realize it's inevitable that we're headed in that direction. So we want to set it up as early as now.
Oh, that's nice. As an EV charger supplier and installer, so we're very happy for big distributors like Gateway to invest in EV. So the more EVs that you sell, the more chargers that we sell, and it's also good that more customers are experiencing EV. Though maliit pa.
Yeah, it's still actually,
It's
honestly, less than 5% pa lang ang
That's
EV
right.
share. So there's still some issues like range anxiety.
Yun.
There's some apprehension.
Yeah.
And there's some confusion also with the different types of chargers, which,
Correct.
which adds to more
complexities.
yes.
On the,
So the market is a bit wary of
Correct.
fully
Correct.
embracing electrification. But slowly, we're getting there.
And that's where we should be. We should start. We should be the initiator. You're in the EV distributorship, kami naman sa charger. Usually kasi, di ba, parang chicken and egg to.
Yes.
Ano bang mauna? EV or the infrastructure or the chargers, di ba? And I believe either way can start, di ba? Siguro mas maganda just to take out the anxiety of yung mga, ang mga ngayon motorists and hopefully EV owners in the future, we set up the infrastructure, di ba? But I believe, and other distributors, just like you, they package it, di ba? Once they buy an EV, kasama na, yung iba, yung
May
kasama
take-home
naman,
charger.
may take-home charger. Ito yung mga home charger.
For some of our outlets, we also did set up mga fast charging.
Correct.
So, very convenient for our clients.
Oo. So, ando na yung mga infrastructure, unti-unti. But once you have a home charger, an AC charger na 7 kilowatts, single phase, I think that's enough. Usually naman, an EV is like a cell phone, a mobile phone. You charge at night, in the morning, full charge na yun. And usually, ang mga EVs ngayon, has a range of between 300 to 400 kilometers. So, and usage natin, kung ginagamit lang natin mga sasakyan going to...
On average, daily.
Correct.
Siguro.
Mga 30 kilometers, siguro.
Even
malaya
less.
na yan, no?
Well, for Cebu, much less. Pero
much lesser
Manila,
pa.
Slightly higher.
That's right. So, once you have an EV at home, kaya na, no? Within Cebu. Even if you go, ano ba pinakamalayo dito? Malapascua?
Yeah.
So, mga ilan yun?
Resort.
Mga 150 kilometers?
Yes, around 100.
Kabalik ka pa. Diba?
Round trip na yun.
Round trip na yun. Oo. So, kayang-kaya, I think, no? Having an EV in Cebu, kayang-kaya.
Yes.
Just have a charger at home. And maganda rin ngayon, some of the malls have the chargers already.
Like SM, no? May
SM,
setup sila.
Oo. Robinsons.
Yes.
Ayala. So, it would help to put up. So, I believe yung mga motorists ngayon na nagda-drive pa rin with yung mga gasoline engine, diesel engine, hopefully we can convince them to convert.
Slowly. Maybe in the next 5 to 10 years.
Correct.
It's headed there. But now, I think a common concern is usually yung price, of course, of electric vehicles. But recently, there's better news considering, di ba, yung tariffs na wala. Like the Leaf used to be 2.8 million. Nissan Leaf.
Correct.
It's down to 1.9.
Correct.
And there are new EVs like our Jetour ice cream,
Yeah,
which is very
ang ganda nun.
favorable in terms of pricing. 699K lang. So, price positioning is better.
Correct.
Even with chargers, di ba?
Yes.
I think nag-decrease
Yes,
yung price.
nagiging very competitive na. So, yeah, and I'm excited na maraming mga new brands, no? New models are coming in, no? From China, from Korea, and hopefully the future from Japan.
Most of the players now, most are from China.
Correct.
Like MG, Jetour.
Correct.
Even Chery.
Correct.
So, and Korea, also Kia and Hyundai. So, actually,
More
lahat.
competition.
Yeah.
Mas probably prices will go down talaga to be affordable. Tingin ko, di ba ngayon, yung mga Vios natin, it's like 1 million. Yan yung range, 1 million, 1.2, ganyan. I believe kapag mas maraming mga EVs, especially coming from China, it will even go down below 1 million. And I think it would be more reasonable for people na, okay nga, mag-try nga ako ng EV. Anyway, affordable na, di ba?
Even MG now.
Correct.
Planning to launch 3 EVs. May sedan, may compact crossover.
Correct. Bibili ako sa inyo,
syempre,
sa gateway. So, yun. Yeah, and with that, so more EVs, ibig sabihin, more chargers, mas maraming papasok na chargers, it will be very competitive. It's like an aircon, di ba? Before yung aircon, lalo na yung ngayon, the past 2-3 years, di ba, yung inverters, ang mahal, di ba? Mga 50,000, 60,000. Ngayon, mga 40,000 na lang, 30,000. So, eventually, as market forces, bababa ngayon yung mga prices.
What led to that? All this positive change with the price being lowered. What led to that?
Competition.
Which is good.
Yeah, competition. Yeah. That's one. Number 2 would be, depending sa ano yung mga features So there'll be people, ng mga chargers would be basic. So, plug and charge lang. Yung iba naman, mas gusto nila smart charger na may app. Tapos you can connect it with solar. So, kung naka-solar ka na, naka-off-grid ka na, perfect, di ba? Naka-solar. So, you don't need to get electricity anymore from the grid.
Na-try namin yan. Isang counselor dito, Nestor Archival. He has bahay na may solar panel setup. Then he also has a Leaf. So, that's how he charges his vehicle. So, it's very efficient.
Correct.
Very,
Talagang zero carbon, di ba?
yes, walang emission,
Walang
anything.
emission. So, and hopefully, once we do that, people contributing to lower yung carbon usage.
CO2, diba?
Yung CO2.
Siyempre, for environment, yung pollution.
And climate change.
Yeah.
Di ba? This past few days, ulan ng ulan sa Cebu, bumaha,
the
di ba?
flood has been crazy.
Yeah.
First time na isang mall dito, like, yung parking lot, parang resort na.
Ayun na nga.
It has gotten this bad. It used to be bad, but it's really much worse now. Given, parang 2 hours lang yung ulan.
Pero ang lakas, no? So, kaya nga, yung mga flash floods. So, I believe, because the reason for that, may mga ganyan tayo, is because of yung, before, we were using diesel, we were using gasoline, and hopefully, once people convert to electric, hopefully mag-change, mag-reduce itong, or we don't contribute anymore to worsen the climate change. Diba?
So, also, yung drainage system actually, especially Cebu, it has to be addressed. Hopefully, the government really does something.
I believe so. It's been happening in Manila, nagkakaroon ng flash floods. Pero, mabilis rin mag-subside. And because the government has already invested sa mga new drainage during Duterte's time, and now with BBM continuing in Duterte's program.
So, na-continue yung program.
Yes. So yun.
There's a lot of focus on electrification,
Correct.
all these initiatives. So the government generally is supportive with this path.
And hopefully they can provide more incentives. In Manila, di ba, ngayon, if you own an EV, wala ka ng coding.
Hindi kasama.
Exempted ka, di ba? That's one. Number 2, priority ka sa registration, di ba? Tapos you have a special plate pa.
So, ano pang incentives? Coding exemption. Priority.
Correct.
What else?
Well, libreng parking. Di naman libreng parking, libre charging sa mga malls. Thank you sa sa SM, sa Robinson, sa Ayala, and the rest of that provides.
So all these major malls.
Free charging.
Free charging.
Bayad ka lang ng parking, di ba?
SM, we actually had an event sa Seaside.
Correct.
Even in MOA, there was some initiative, and I was able to attend a few. So it's amazing na we're really here on this path.
So ang PESIN, ang Power Equipment Supplies Incorporated, we're an EV charger supplier and installer. So we partnered with SM. So yung nakikita ninyong charger na wall box sa SM, yun yung galing sa, kami nag-supply nun sa SM. So hopefully SM can expand this, no? But eventually, I believe yung might be the malls in the future will charge. Tingin ko once na
eventually the volume
pag marami na,
ngayon,
free na muna.
Yes.
So incentive yun for the EV owners, di ba? Punta ka doon, punta ka SM, priority yung parking mo. Minsan, normally, ang parking malapit sa entrance, di ba? Tapos free charge.
Very convenient.
Very convenient.
But a common concern now, I raised this earlier, it's because of the different types of chargers. No? I think that's creating confusion to the average buyer. Like if they buy a Chinese brand EV, then iba din sa Japanese brand EV or the Korean brand EV. So how do we rectify such issues? Dapat one size fits all lang, ideally. No?
Agree with you. No, I agree with you. Let me give you a background. In ASEAN, it's only the Philippines that have the GBT and the CCS2. The rest of the ASEAN are all CCS2. The GBT right now, globally, ginagamit lang yan sa China. And the reason why may GBT tayo here is because in some of the importers, in some distributors, ang pinasok nila are Chinese cars, EV made in China na GBT. Okay? And the reason for that is because siguro the pricing. They don't want to have an expensive Chinese electric vehicle. I understand. But moving forward, I think the government should make a stand. Ano ba? Are we going to do optional connectors or just one? Okay. For malls or even mga restaurants that plan to, or mga retail outlets that plan to have a charger, it will be very expensive sa kanila.
If they have sila ng three kinds.
Or three kinds. Oo.
So, yeah.
But usually, two lang naman ngayon, GBT at saka CCS2. Diba? Na charger.
So, in terms of volume, what's the most common one?
CCS2.
CCS2.
It's because mas maraming nakaset up na CCS2. And car manufacturers believe, and that's going to be the trend, no? Na CCS2. Kasi all over the world, halos lahat CCS2 eh. So, yun. So, hopefully the government, especially the DOE who's leading the EV industry, will have a stand or a policy of one connector. So, yun.
Is that the direction now? Based on
my knowledge, yung mga electric vehicles made from China, when they export it to other countries, it's CCS2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, in Thailand, makikita mo yung mga Chinese cars. Yung mga popular ones, di ba? BYD, Neta, Great Wall. It's CCS2. Okay, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia. So hopefully, we also make a stand ang Philippines.
So that's the ideal scenario.
That's the ideal scenario.
Kasi if ako, gusto ko simplistic, di ba? So I don't have to think. Isa lang.
Isa lang, exactly.
Then, yeah, you don't have to worry. Hala, baka ito.
So wala na yung range anxiety, di ba? At kung ikaw, at gumaganda na ngayon mga Chinese electric vehicles, no? Ngayon, mafe-feel mo, bakit CCS2 halos lahat? So, yung BYD, parang you feel na-ostracize ka, di ba? Yeah. So, ngayon, ang mabibenta talaga ngayon are the Chinese electric vehicles because of their price point at gumaganda na rin yung quality nila.
Yeah. For now, it's really the Chinese manufacturers yung mas may push for the EVs.
Because they're the ones who are the biggest now in the world. Sa China, because of, siguro, dami
ng players. Actually, I went to the Shanghai Auto Show recently. Dami ng brands. So,
diba?
Hindi mo maikot buong hapon. Dami ng booth.
Correct.
So, at there's many options.
Marami pang lalabas. Kaya exciting nga itong car industry in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years. Gonna be very exciting. Iba-iba. Unlike before, ilan lang yung alam natin, di ba?
Yung mga mainstream brands.
Mainstream brands, di ba?
Top of mind.
Correct.
But for Philippines, mostly Japanese pa rin yung
Volume
volume driver.
Oo. At before, although may mga iba, mahilig sa mga American, di ba? Ford, But at that time, yung mga dream cars nila, hindi nila mabili kasi malalaking engine, mahal. But ngayon, with electrification, I believe it will be an even playing field. Mm-hmm. So, yung mga dream cars mo before, like Ferrari, ganyan, or Maserati, when they go EV, pwede na, affordable na. Diba? Kaya na. Kasi pare-pareho ng battery na lang, diba?
Yes.
It's just the same, in a way, engine, which is basically the battery. So, now, customers or consumers will have many choices. Yeah. Unlike before, only the big brands, whether it be a Japanese or Korean, di ba? Ngayon, ang dami. You have a lot of options. which is good.
Yeah, but now it's really my apprehension na pansin namin.
Correct.
They haven't fully embraced that. Because I think they worry about common concerns, servicing, maintenance, the cost.
Correct.
If you were to compare itong usual petrol, diesel maintenance versus EV, anong difference? Like, how much savings ba talaga? If
palagay ko mga 50 to 60% eh. Give you a common example. 1 week's full tank, usually, 4,000?
Yeah, especially now.
Ngayon, umaakyat na, di ba? Umaakyat na. Makano,
both
80,
diesel and
80
petrol,
pesos,
mahal.
di ba? 70, 80 pesos, 75, 80 pesos. So, for a 60 kilowatt na battery, full charge mo, let's say, 60 kilowatt times 2 hours, 3 hours, times yung electrical kilowatt hour mo. So, 60 times, ano man dito ngayon? Times 16?
Siguro.
16 pesos. So, mga 900 pesos. You get 80% kasi hindi naman total naman, what do you call this, nagcha-charge ka full charge. Usually, from 20 to 80, doon ka lang nagcha-charge. Hindi mo naman nagzi-zero eh. So, lumalabas mga 700. Diba? Tapos, not bad. For that 700 pesos, full charge ka na at 300 kilometers. Diba? So,
I think hindi pa lang yan fully realized.
Correct.
Tao.
So, I believe the more that we educate people about electric vehicles and the benefits of having an electric vehicle.
But now, it's really also infrastructure that we
Yun,
worry about.
Yun na nga. So, chicken and egg eh. So, for us, the more infrastructure that we put in place, together with yung mga customers namin, kasi installers, supplier kami, installer ng chargers, the more that we convince people to put up chargers in their stores, in their restaurants, in their the better. People will see, I can go there, I can charge. So malls, okay na tayo, di ba?
Malls, okay.
So resorts, hotels, yan.
Hindi pa masyado sa hotels.
Yun na nga. So, pero kung maglagay tayo doon, then at least magstay sila overnight, naka-charge, di ba? Sa restaurant, habang sila kumakain, naka-charge. Yeah. So that will add up. Kasi most of the time, you charge naman at home eh. Di ba? You charge at home.
Yeah.
Kung gusto mo makalibre,
overnight charging, di ba?
Sa
Tama
malls.
yung
Correct.
12 hours.
Correct.
But I was also able to attend a few openings. May set up na talaga. Charging station.
Correct.
I think it was somewhere North Luzon or South Luzon. So, meron na. I think it was Delta.
Yeah.
With a tie-up.
Yes.
It's my station.
So, yun. Magandang ginagawa ng gateway na naglalagay kayo dun sa mga showrooms ninyo, di ba?
Dealership
Correct.
namin. We have that set up.
Yes. So, you're contributing also in putting up the infrastructure.
Yeah.
So, tuloy-tuloy lang natin to. Eventually, yun nga, people will realize, nako, mag-electric na ako.
Yeah. Pero mahal din yung investment. Pero
As of now.
But
as of now.
As I said, we want to be the pioneer. So
correct.
Hopefully in another few years.
That's right. And the government, at the time, nag-adjust na ngayon yung target ng government.
Yes.
From 5% to 10%. So, yung tingin nila ng growth ng EV. So, mas aggressive sila and based dun sa mga nakakausap ko rin, tumataas rin yung sales ng EV. Lalo na with the incoming of new models.
Yes, more new models.
Right, dun sa mga
it's been announced na, so
brands.
for sure,
yeah.
these new models will come.
Correct. And with the EVAP, Ma-evap Summit, magkikita na naman tayo.
Yeah, you're a member of EVAP.
Yes,
You
yes.
joined, this was 2019? Or
I started, una muna, why I'm in the business. So, we're in Pesin is an electrical company. It's a 53-year-old company. So, when I took over in 2018, I wanted to expand yung portfolio namin. Kasi we're into auto reclosers, transformers, we do mga preventive maintenance services sa mga buildings. I wanted to expand because I was with Shell for 20 years, almost 20 years. And then nakita na namin because of yung kay Elon Musk na Tesla.
Yeah.
Kita namin yung change of the industry from carbon-based, which is gasoline, diesel, to electrification. So, at that time in Shell, nagpe-prepare na kami. As early as 2010, kita na namin. But because of the pandemic, biglang nag-accelerate. I'm sure na-experience mo rin, biglang nag-accelerate itong interest sa electrification. No? So, yun. So, I attended my first EVAP conference. Wala pa ako sa business of charging. Then, nag-attend ako. I listened in conference. And I think this is free yata, no?
You decided to join, or were you invited? Was it through a common friend, or?
At that time, when I wanted to go into the business, yung principal ko said, "No, Joe, learn more about the business." So you attend yung mga conferences like EVAP. Mm-hmm. So nag-attend ako, and I believe it's for free at that time, no? So I listened, sabi ko, oh wow, this is the future. So yung mga projections, ano na mangyayari, ano yung mga advances na mga developments sa mga batteries, sa mga electric vehicles. Sabi ko, hindi na ito tatagal, siguro in 5 to 10 years. Okay na. And then yung pandemic came in. Mm-hmm. Biglang mas na-accelerate. Oo. Yeah. Na-expedite. So in 2020, yun, kumuha na ako ng mga distributorship from yung mga big manufacturers. Sabi ko, I want to bring in your charger here in the Philippines. Tanong nga sa akin, is there a market? Wala pa. Sabi ko, okay lang yan. Basta mauna na ako because darating na yan.
Lang muna.
Correct.
Like, na may positioning
may positioning na.
As now.
Correct. And then, 2021, started yung partnership namin with PGA. So, that's how,
So, since you took over Pesin, anong major changes? You mentioned you pushed more for these.
Yes.
So what has changed before your time and now under your reign?
Yeah. So there's gonna be, this is another what do you call this, line for Pesin, okay? But I believe all my ancillary products will also grow once electrification come in. Paano? Why? Because mas marami ng demand for power. So, yung mga mga equipment ko, transformer, mga reclosers, mas maraming gagamit na. Kasi mag-upgrade na sila ng kanilang power. So, they need transformers. Kasi the demand of power will go up. So, yun. So, it will have a halo effect dun sa aking mga ibang produkto. So, that's one. So, gumanda at gumaganda yung negosyo ng business namin sa electricals. And I'm sure in other businesses related dito sa EV industry, magkakaroon rin ng halo effect dun sa iba. May mga changes, may iba maapektuhan. Diba? Like, tingin ko, mga oil companies will have to transition, di ba? From an oil company or petroleum company to energy
Para
companies.
Mas dynamic na.
Correct.
Oil and energy.
Correct.
Both.
Yes. Shell, ginagawa na ng Shell yan. Kaya I'm happy what Shell is doing.
And more on your personal, your journey, career mo. What made you join Pesin? Given you were with Shell for 20 years,
and then
you were with Jollibee also
for 3 years. For 3 years at the time.
So what led you to Pesin?
Okay. So this is an interesting story. When my father-in-law passed away, at that time, and my brother-in-law got sick. So wala dun sa family would want to take over the business, no? So I was asked by my wife and my mother-in-law, Jojo, get out from retirement and,
So you were retired na?
In a way, yeah. Oo. I was doing real estate activities at that time, no? When I left Jollibee. Mas relaxed na. Okay na. Nakaipon na eh. Yeah. So, yun. So, syempre, when your mother-in-law asks you and your wife asks you, can you say no? Diba? So, yun. So, I took the challenge, overhauled the business, focused. So, yung dating ibang ginagawa namin, tinanggal namin. Nag-focus lang kami on certain lines where we are good at. Okay? There was a lot of challenges. Our competitors, they weren't happy. Kala nila okay na nawala na yung peso, wala na kaming kalaban na They didn't realize na mayroon palang that will take over the business and grow it. And slowly I built the business and supplied the big utilities because we were concentrating on small utilities, but because of unti-unti, naman sa negosyo, hindi naman lahat perfect, di ba?
Yeah, meron naman
you need to be resilient, and sometimes you just have to be patient and flexible.
Depending on what's in front, you have to be dynamic with how you approach things.
Correct. Yeah. So that's what I did. It's like what Gateway is doing to grow this big, di ba? So I had to adapt, I had to, and what I've learned in my corporate years, pinasok ko rin dito sa negosyo. So, ito nga, so 5 years na kami, growing double digit.
So every year it's really growing significantly.
Yeah, and I believe this decade, it's a golden age for
I think it's time also.
The power industry.
Yeah, magandang timing. I think it's really
correct.
Now is the right time to be headed there.
Correct. Even you guys, the biggest in in the Philippines, lalaki pa with different brands coming in.
Yeah, we just want to pioneer, as I
correct.
said. As I said, clear naman na doon tayo. We're headed there.
At the end of the day, it's basically sa mga negosyo, it's making your customer happy. Delighting them, meeting
their options,
giving them options, meeting their expectations. So, yun ang negosyo. So, yeah, I'm very optimistic of the EV industry, of the electrical and power industry.
Pero background career mo, primarily you came from corporate.
Yes.
What course did you take up? And most of your career was in Shell, di ba?
Yeah. So I took up civil engineering in Mapua. Prior to that, I did BS Math in UP. And then yun nga, I joined Shell. I thought in Shell, mabibigyan ako ng mga engineering jobs or roles, no? But sabi ng boss ko before, nako, hindi ka bagay dyan. Bagay ka dito sa sales. So, ayun. So I enjoyed myself sa sales. Ano naman sa Shell, One thing about that company, iniikot ka. So, lahat ng mga skills mo, dinidevelop nila.
Mas knack mo yung sales.
Sales,
natural,
marketing,
yung
operations,
geared more towards sales,
operations.
operations.
Yan, oo. And yan ang magandang background and skills if you're going into business.
But very dynamic, no? Since you said nag-BS math ka pa. Sales pa, operations. So very well-rounded.
Oo.
Ibang industries pa. So
correct.
Dynamic.
Correct. So, yun. And the love of learning, basically. I really love
even
to
now,
learn.
you're still constantly learning. You're
I'm
open
still,
to new ideas.
New ideas, new opportunities, And we shouldn't stop learning. And continuous
Always,
education.
Move forward.
Move forward.
Learning curve.
Yes.
Constantly leveling up in all facets.
Correct. And you should also enjoy what you're doing. Diba? Oo. That's why passion. Yun, no? Kailangan talaga sa negosyo.
They say that it won't feel like work if you enjoy working. So it comes out naturally. So it won't feel as effort.
And if there are challenges coming your way, okay lang. Kasi mahal mo eh. Lugi ka ngayon, but in the future, because you love what you're doing, ano rin yan.
But it's also in the challenges where you really learn and realize things. So dyan yung maraming matutunan.
Yes.
Okay.
That's nice.
Maybe on a deeper note, what's your outlook in life, your philosophy? How do you see the world? Given now that there's been a lot of problems, of course, a pandemic, then inflation, ganon, economic turmoil in some cases, in some countries. So how do you see humanity, life, business, and so forth?
I think at this time of my career, sa age ko, maturity, it's like this is the time that I should give back. If I'm doing something, it has to mean something. Parang you want to create a legacy.
Meaningful
ventures
that also impact other lives.
Yes. So that's why I'm into this EV charging business. No? It's starting, so marami ka pang investment, hindi pa ganun ka profitable, but then because you want to contribute something to humanity, diba? Trying to convince people to go electric, diba? Hopefully this small contribution of mine can have a ripple effect to the rest. So, so that's one. I want everything that I do right now, it should have a purpose and giving back. Then number 2 is teaching the young ones, imparting what I've learned throughout these years dun sa mga the young ones. Kasi sila na ngayon take over, Like for example, my team, diba? So I'm trying to impart
responsibility to of course nurture the next generation. They're in good hands.
Correct. As leaders, diba? Ikaw leader and me, ganyan. We need to teach, we need to coach and share yung ating experiences para they won't make the same mistakes or if ever they do, they know how to have a solution, handle, manage. So yun. And then third is basically for me at this stage, bata ka pa so marami ka pang pwedeng gawin. Basically, just be happy. Diba? Yun naman yung ating ultimate,
embrace lang.
Embrace.
Anong blessings, graces.
Correct. Share. Diba? So, yun.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing about life.
Yeah.
Be passionate. When we're young, we tend to focus so much on self-growth, career.
Career.
Eventually, you think more about family, children,
Process
other
yan
people. Diba?
Stage diba?
Una, masyado self-directed.
That's
and
right.
Eventually, you want a broader impact na
Correct.
for the general good of
Yes,
everyone.
yes. So, it's a natural, process, di ba?
Natural progression.
Progression.
Yeah, with technology now, ganun. Grabe, fast-paced na.
Fast-paced,
World
yeah.
natin.
So, importante yung, again, in connection. Di ba? You build your network, you build your, camaraderie, di ba?
Yeah. Worthwhile endeavors.
Exactly.
Okay. On a more personal note, what keeps you busy? Anong hobbies mo? How do you stay active?
Yeah.
But you're not planning on retiring anytime soon. So you're still very passionate and active with what you're doing.
That's right. That's right. Oo. Marami pa tayong mga goals, may mga things that we want to achieve, di ba?
Okay.
Exercise and daily exercise.
May
But
sports ka ba? Like
more
golf
on
or tennis?
Before, nag-golf ako, kaya lang sumasakit ang tuhod ko. So, walking na lang. And then, reading. I love to do some research. Ganyan. And then, just to distress myself, K-dramas.
Netflix, no?
Together,
shows
together with my wife. Yeah. Mahilig kami sa K-dramas.
HBO Go, may Amazon Prime. What shows have you been watching lately? Mga recent shows.
I love, ito yung sa Apple, yung sa Lakers. How they build up yung
dynasty.
Yung dynasty ng Lakers.
Jabbar and
Magic Johnson.
Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting, yeah. I love to watch Billions. So ano naman yan, sa financials naman yan, di ba?
Succession, have you heard?
Succession. Yan yung mga... Kasi may napupulot ka eh. Yung mga insights, di ba?
It's very realistic. High budget talaga.
Yeah, even yung mga K-dramas, di ba? Na something related sa business.
Like Itaewon Class.
Itaewon Class, di ba?
Mga restaurants.
Startup, di ba? Startup. Tapos business proposal. Yes. Ikaw, what do you enjoy doing naman?
Ayun, I've been boxing. Pero home boxing lang. Ayoko muna I don't wanna get punched in the head muna. Mali yung mga decision natin. So, just to sweat.
Just to sweat,
like hit para,
that's a
you
good
burn
exercise.
a lot of calories.
Yeah.
And endorphins also.
30 minutes na, pawis sa pawis ka na kasi all of your body is moving, It's like swimming.
Pero now, very routine yung life ko. I eat out, of course, attend to the business, meetings. But mostly, I stay at home more now.
Yeah, with your baby, congrats.
8 months.
8
just turned
months.
8 months.
Wow,
so just
nice.
became a father recently.
Yeah.
So it's also an interesting
So big change ba from when you were single to
quite a big leap. Because dati, as I said, we're so focused on ourselves and we seek pleasure. Siyempre, meet girls, ganun, drink. Ngayon, iba na ang priorities. So, mas focus na. So, I'm happy na there's a certain level of maturity that has been reached.
So, ano mas masarap?
For now, I would say ito worthwhile. Kasi you're impacting family.
Yes.
But it was also fun. So dati, so I was where I was. So there was also a reason.
Right.
Which led me to where I am now. So it's been a very interesting journey.
Good. So ngayon mas fulfilling, di ba?
Yeah, may
fulfillment.
So sometimes nakamiss din yung mga crazy days, yung mga young days.
Pwede naman eh. Kasama mo lang si Mrs., di ba? So,
Okay. So,
good.
Ano pa? Any new ventures or other
Well,
plans?
yeah. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga, I want to give back eh. Di ba? So for me, this is a way of giving back. So I might introduce some new products
What's
to
the
the EV
latest product?
to the EV industry. I'll show it during the evap.
But
So
prices, I assume, would be competitive and
oh yeah, definitely
friendly.
Definitely, because Filipinos, they're kind of price sensitive,
Yeah,
diba?
of course. Especially dito sa Cebu.
Sa Cebu.
Mas ano pa.
That's right. Oo. But hopefully a new product doesn't necessarily be in the line of dun sa aking business, but something to do with the EV industry. So I'll inform you guys dun sa evap show. So
When's
kita
the next
tayo.
event ba?
October.
Well, I'm not a member yet of EVAP. But
Yeah.
Baka soon, I might consider.
Please fly to Manila. EVAP Summit conference will be held on October 19, 20, 21. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, yon. So, a lot of participants. Kung last year, marami na, di ba, nakita natin.
Yeah.
Mas marami pa ngayon. Mas marami pa ngayon. May maraming mga iba-ibang launches of new electric vehicles. So, hopefully, yung mga viewers mo can fly to Manila or go to Manila, SMX, during those dates. And you'll see new EVs.
Sa EVAP now, how many members na ba kayo? I know I met a few of the pioneers, sila Edmond, sila Ferdy.
Yeah. And a lot of new ones, especially yung mga suppliers ng mga charging stations. Ayun, marami. And then, maraming sa mga IT, kasi may software side ang EV yung sa mga applications so marami rin nag-attend and at saka yung mga new EV distributors I think they're more on the leasing side so I don't know if they're selling yung mga gray market may sumali rin sa evap. Maraming benefits and hopefully you can join us.
I'll consider. I'll think about it.
Yeah, marami kang new information and then the network is there. And then we also help the government give our stance on certain issues. So, yun. At least with EVAP, we're one whole collective group na ito yung gusto sana namin sa industry.
Kayo yung voice, no?
Yes.
You're the voice.
And EVAP also is affiliated dun sa ASEAN rin naman with the same group in Thailand. I just came from that trip we attended the conference, EV Association of Thailand conference, Bangkok. Yun, dami naming
Naka-share kayo ng ideas. Compare notes din sa Thailand.
Oh yeah, because they're leading sa ASEAN. Mas marami na silang mga EVs, mas marami silang mga charging stations. So they share yung mga learnings nila.
Okay.
So yun. So magandang EVAP. Hopefully more people will join.
Yeah. Given your vast experience with the different sectors, industries, what's the most interesting for you or anong pinaka-favorite mo from all you've been through?
I've enjoyed my journey so far. I've enjoyed my journey. In Shell, basically on the retail, and also in the petroleum business. So I've learned a lot of skills, tools that I can use, and then yung network, yung people that you know from different industry too. Sa Jollibee naman, basically yung mga strategy. I had a very good boss in Jollibee. I learned a lot from him. And
Sino? Si Tony ba yan?
si William.
Okay.
Si William. So, he's strict, but he's very, creative, and he's very smart. So I learned a lot of things from him, especially in handling people, in doing strategies, in planning. So yeah, yung mga bosses ko, both in Shell and in Jollibee, really contributed to my skills in where I am right now. So I'm very grateful to them. And also to my colleagues. Kasi syempre you also learn from your colleagues, no? You share. So yung journey na yon basically taught me, I think ang pinaka is how to be humble. Kasi you can achieve great things.
Kailangan yung humility.
Yung humility
Pag lumaki ulo,
correct.
It's like you become blind.
Correct. And also sometimes you don't listen to your people anymore or to diba, to others.
Mayabang
na. Nakala mo kaya mong gawin all the time. Yeah. You need people to achieve those stuff, diba? You achieve yung yung goals mo.
Realize ko yan, hindi kaya isang tao. You need people talaga.
Yes. Especially if you want to grow your company, you cannot do it alone.
Okay. In Jollibee, what was your main function?
So I was in corporate real estate. So we were the ones coming up with plans on how to build more stores, okay, and where to build them, where to place the stores to
sa amin, parang
maximize
dealer dev yan.
Yes, dealer development basically.
Okay.
So
how many branches na ba nationwide si Jollibee?
Hindi ko na alam pero
number one
na.
Compared sa other fast food chains.
Yeah, and then ang gusto ko dun kay Jollibee, meron siyang vision to be the top 5 food retailer in the world.
Yeah, it's present
and
in
then,
other countries na, di ba?
They're very, and they're achieving it. Slowly, gradually. Lumalaki na ngayon.
Yeah. In terms of branding, I think the message is quite clear also.
Yeah,
so,
that's right. And
the taste, consistent talaga.
Correct.
Favorite ko, Chicken Joy.
Chicken Joy, yeah. And not only Filipinos are loyal to Jollibee, but also other people. Yung mga puti, mga itim.
Embraced it also.
Yeah, they've embraced it. So Jollibee, for me, it's gonna be a global brand. It's gonna be a global company, and it's going there. It's there already, I believe.
And what about Shell? What was your...
Yeah.
Umikot ka no sa Shell? Because 20 years, I imagine, you circulated
different roles. Yeah. So one thing about Shell, it's you always learn something new. Okay, it's not boring. It's not a boring company. People are so nice. We have very good and very intelligent leaders. So I've enjoyed my time in Shell. So it's one of the best companies in the world.
Paano tong oil prices issue? Because it's still quite expensive now. How do we address this? This was due to, di ba, yung Ukraine war.
Yeah, and the oil cartel, or the oil, OPEC, not oil cartel, the OPEC is, trying to reduce their, what do you call this, their production.
Paano
so that's why, going EV. Diba? So if less people will fill up their tanks and just go EV, diba? So that's one.
Pero we can still lower ba yung price, no? Anytime soon, you think that can happen?
Problema kasi sa atin, sa Pilipinas, we're not, we do not produce our oil, or we do not, Wala tayong masyadong oil fields, di ba? So, ano tayo? Oil importer tayo. So, open sa fluctuation sa foreign exchange, ganun, aakyat yan, di ba? Hindi makasupply dun sa mga ating supplier, aakyat yan. So, marami. So, I think, one way to do that is
Going EV.
Go EV.
More voice pa for that advocacy.
Para mas less, di ba? Mas less. And then, government will use less dollars to buy oil. So, itong pera na matitipid ng gobyerno, dalhin sa agriculture.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yan napansin namin.
I think it's more on rice production, diba? Mga staple production, agriculture talaga. And in a way, manufacturing. Pag hindi tayo, kung masyadong maliit yung manufacturing industry natin, wala mangyari. Diba? Kasi manufacturing, it creates jobs. Diba? It creates jobs. Pwede tayo mag-export. So, yun. Yeah. And maraming mga matatalino mga Pilipino, masisipag, di ba? Just give them the opportunities. So, going electric,
we noticed that kasi we've been selling, of course, a lot of petrol, diesel cars. Ever since this oil price thing, the hike, marami nang nag-inquire about EVs. So, so mas talaga yung tao na finding ways to save more.
Yes. So yun, and hopefully, kung mag-EV na tayo, yung ibang industry will also grow. So kung the oil companies, in a way, they're transitioning to becoming an energy company. Siyempre, they want to reduce also their production of oil. Like Shell, they're into renewables. Oh, yan yung malaki ngayon. Renewables. Di ba, solar. Nag-ano tayo ng solar. Wind, hydro. So, I think that's gonna be one of the things that we need to support yung mga renewable companies to invest in renewables to bring down our dependency on power plants that uses coal. Diba?
So more efficiency pa rin yung
correct. Oo. Kasi nga, like for example, sinasabi, may EV ka nga, hindi nga lumalabas sa tambucho mo yung carbon, lumalabas dun sa power plant. Diba? As of now, might be true, but kung maraming mga taong mag-EV, di ba, mas less na yung mga pollution sa kalye, sa at least focus na lang doon sa power plant. But yung power plant mo ngayon, kung ma-reduce mo rin yung production mo doon and focus more on renewable, solar, di ba, yung energy source mo, then diba? That will contribute. Marami na. Ang Pilipinas is one of
slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Kasi I've heard some ideas medyo far-fetched pa eh. Parang hindi pa time or it's too hindi pa ganun ka-feasible or realistic.
Mahal in a way.
Then it comes out more expensive.
Yes. Pero again, everything is economies of scale. So the more solar farms, the more rooftop solar that we can do, the better. It will reduce yung ating dependence on electricity, basically, because we can create our own source of energy. And the more that we put up mga wind farms, windmill farms, and also ngayon, di ba? Tag-ulan na ngayon. So put mga hydro electric na dams.
As long as it's feasible.
As long as it's feasible.
Hindi ganon kagastos. Or as long as it's effective.
Yes, na magagamit, di ba?
Okay.
So, interesting. Talagang this is the time talaga. A lot of changes going on. Not only here in the Philippines, but globally.
Okay. So it was very nice to see you here in Cebu.
Sabi ko, huli tayo nagkita, sabi mo,
Actually,
Jojo.
I didn't realize it was you when Rogmel chatted me. But we actually met na pala.
Yes, we were like
seatmate tayo for that particular event.
In sa Blue Switch of Nissan. So yan, like Nissan, no? Ang dami nilang mga good programs.
Yeah,
good programs.
Hopefully, more EV products pa.
Yes,
Mga SUV.
Yes, So, yun.
Okay.
And hope to see you more. And I'm happy that people like you, very young, very
we're open-minded
aggressive.
naman. And of course, we really wanna listen. Of course, hindi naman kami shut off or stuck in the past. Diba? We want dynamic ways to really make an impact.
Kaya nga, sumali ka rin ng EVAP. Hopefully,
sige, sa next,
in the future, you'll be our president.
Medyo far pa yan. I'm not sure, pero tingnan natin.
Okay,
so it was great having this
same
conversation.
here. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Salamat. Thank you.
Ay, lastly pala.
Yeah.
Would you want to give a message to the viewers?
So,
lastly, or advice to give the next generation? Or
So,
more
firstly,
confidence for electrification.
Yes. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for inviting me in your podcast. No? And hopefully we can do more of these in the future. Different
maybe
topics.
A panel.
Yeah,
maybe.
we can have a panel to discuss. So my message basically is, let's embrace itong electrification. No? I believe this has benefits, not only to the Philippines, but also globally, and have our small contribution in fighting itong climate change, because we're experiencing it right now. Yung mga ulan, and in fact in Libya, dami namatay. It's like mga 11,000 already, and because of climate change. So hopefully we can do our part. So yes, those motorists, drivers that haven't experienced driving an EV, please do so. Sinasabi nga nila, once you've tried driving an EV, you won't go back anymore driving an ICE vehicle. So yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you sa team mo.
Yes.
Yeah,
Keep in touch. And
yes, we'll
hope
do.
to see you more
Yes,
in the future.
kwentuhan ulit tayo.
Kwentuhan.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.